This is the 2020 Cats vs. Dogs mock debate. This is a COVID-safe environment. Everybody will be wearing masks today, except for me, because I'm sitting over here. I am non-biased. I'm a non-biased moderator. And our representatives today are Regina and Dylan. And is, how could your candidate help improve someone's mental stability?
I'm going first. Well,
Don't you get a minute to speak?
alright, cool. Well, cats can help with mental stability because their purring actually lowers anxiety, which is something that a lot of younger adults deal with, even people older. But that is all I really need to say. They're better in that regard, no matter what my opponent, who is essentially Hitler, has to say.
Okay, well, dogs have actually been proven to help a lot with mental stability, hence the reason they are used a lot more in their protection, like service dogs, who are put there as to help people who struggle with all their mental issues like depression or anxiety. Dogs help. Anyways. Okay, yeah, I'm done.
How aggressive is your candidate, and how can you control your animal's aggressivity?
Alright, with cats, they are known to be pretty aggressive at first. As someone who's had multiple cats, within the first year, they're some of the most aggressive animals you can have as a pet, but once they get used to you, and as long as you're not a complete jerk to them, they will learn to not hurt you on purpose. Of course, they will always occasionally bite you, but they mean it out of love, and that's just them showing you your affection. It's fine. Grow up, deal with it.
Okay, so dogs are not naturally very aggressive. They're very calm and relaxed animals for the most part. Obviously, if they're trained to be more aggressive by beatings and things like that, they become very aggressive. Or if they go through like military stuff, where they're trained to be aggressive when attacked by an enemy, then yeah, they're going to be aggressive. But dogs are very calm, relaxed, and compassionate animals. Back and forth, not.
I'll just be saying cats. The easy way to deal with an aggressive cat is just to grow up. Their teeth don't hurt that bad, and if they claw you, yeah, that's gonna suck the first 17 million times. But eventually they'll learn to stop. Because that's just how it is. Get over it. It's not that bad.
And if he keeps calling you, how are you going to end that exactly?
Well, the easy tactic is, the water in the spray bottle. Cats hate it. Do that a few times and they'll learn their lesson. And there you go. Easy.
It's proven that some cats love water.
Okay, but directly sprayed into their face means they don't really like it.
My cats love it.
Well, frick your frickin' cats.
Okay, my cartail.
Dog size.
I said frick!
Not good enough.
Regina?
Aggression can be dealt with pretty easily just with like a rolled up newspaper. Not saying beat your dog. Do not beat your dog. That's animal abuse. But gentle taps or yelling at them when they start doing it, or giving them treats when they're not aggressive, can easily make your dog not aggressive again.
Because that's how we report, not good behavior is treats.
I said when they're not aggressive, when they're being compassionate. Be on the chair.
What if the dog continues to be aggressive and continues to attack people or bite people? What's your opinion on putting down dogs?
I think at some point a dog probably does have to be put down, if it's absolutely necessary.
And what is absolutely necessary? What is absolutely necessary?
Like, hospitalize somebody without jurisdiction. Like if that person was messing with the dog and beating it or beating somebody around them, then obviously the dog's gonna be aggressive and try to hurt you. But if it just comes up and attacks you and you end up in the hospital, that's probably time to put it down.
Okay. How is your candidate helpful to society?
That is a very good question there. And off the top of my head, I got none.
Okay, question moving on to Regina. How is your candidate helpful to society?
Well, first off, dogs are usually used more often with service dogs, so they're helpful to the mentally and physical illness people. For that. They help in the military a lot. They can help find drugs, or when people have been left under rubble, they can save people. And they're also just great for physical activity too, like if you want to go out and exercise more and need something there with you and don't have a friend, your dog can come out and do physical exercise with you and play games, and it's good for the dog and the person. Got my stance on that, or arguments for that.
Oh, shut your mouth.
Okay. Question. Why do you support a candidate?
Well, because ever since I was a little child, I've always hated dogs with a burning passion.
And why was that?
What?
Why?
Couldn't really tell you, it's just always been something I've hated, and I currently have a dog, don't like it whatsoever. I've had a cat since I was 7, and, you know, it's been my best friend, my only friend really, for my entire life, and I really appreciate the entire species that is cats because of it, and will continue to support it.
So it's really because he just has no friends.
You're right. Don't need to call me out like that.
Not on my question, my actual guy. No cussing.
You didn't even call me out like that.
You said it yourself, I was just repeating the facts you stated.
She's a bully.
Okay, but she also makes a good point.
Exactly.
So Regina, why are you supporting your candidate?
I support my candidate because my candidate helps others and it helps people like me too. I have 2 lovely corgi dogs who are my best friends, aside from actual friends, because I do have human friends. But when it comes to pet friends, my dogs are better than my cats. I do have cats and I do love them, but the dogs are personally better. They're more attentive, they're there for you when they need it. Cats are very individual, and that's okay sometimes, but dogs are more like a pack because they derive from wolves, meaning they do stick to their pack once they make it. So once you're with that family of dogs, they will stick with you and be by your side, while cats will not.
Okay, so by what you're saying that your animal is more helpful to others, correct?
Yes.
Than cats.
Yes.
Okay, so by that, are you admitting that a cat is more helpful to singular people?
It could very well be more helpful to one singular person, potentially. But at the same time, like I said, the dogs have a pack. So if you bring a dog with just one single person, that dog's still going to, that's what I'm looking for. They're going to attach to that person because that is their only other member of their pack, so to say. And they will stay by their side. While a cat has the option of potentially not liking that person it's with and continually attacking and hating that person until the day the person dies, or the cat dies.
So are you seeing the study they did in 2015 where they found out that people that own dogs are more likely to have more human interaction than people that own cats? Are you saying that that is probably true?
That probably is true because people that have dogs normally are more interactive with other people and prefer to have human contact and normally have friends.
Okay. Do you have anything to say about that, Dylan?
Gee, this is supposed to be an argument about cats and dogs. Now you called me out for not having a social life. Seems like you're running out of things to say, so you're just digging at me.
No, but they also found that you're more likely to own a cat if you don't have a social life than you are to own a dog.
Hey,
Just using studies.
I do have a social life. With my cat. And my, 2 friends.
So are you saying that's why cats are better because then they're more helpful to a singular person?
Exactly. That's what I've been trying to say.
Okay, but most people prefer human contact at some point because it is very difficult to go on life without human contact. But it's
Hey, I've been 17 years.
And how miserable has it been?
Listen, there's been, let's not get into that.
Not speak from my own stance. I once went through what he's going through, where I did not have much human interaction, and it was miserable constantly, opening up and accepting human interaction, And accepting having a dog by my side really helped.
So the last study I talked about is in favor of dogs. What about this paper that's in favor of cats? They also did the study the same year that they found out that people that own cats are more likely to have more money than people that own dogs. Because they're more focused, because people that own dogs are more focused on their human interaction, but people that own cats are more focused on their own interactions and how they succeed by themselves, and people that own dogs are more interested in other people's success than their own.
Listen, this world is not about, reaching out to people. It is about making a way for yourself and making sure that you have something to, give to your family once you work on. So with me having a cat, I now know statistically I'm gonna make more money than her, sorry butt.
That is not necessarily true.
Shut it,
More
Cole.
likely.
I don't want to hear it.
Okay, but you just stated that you support that cats are better for one singular person.
I never said
But you contradicted saying that with having a cat, you'd be able to better provide for your family by having money. So, how can you have a family and be able to...
Hey, I'm not saying my direct, my family. I'm talking about, my extended family. Provide to everyone.
So you're telling me you're going to donate the money that you make and you're not spending it on yourself?
I mean, when I die, I'll give out the rest of it.
So, are you admitting that cat owners are more selfish than dog owners?
Absolutely. Wait, I feel like I'm burying myself at this point.
Yep, I don't have to do a single thing. And is life really all about money, or is it about your own happiness? Money doesn't buy happiness. Your interactions in life and the way you feel about certain things is how you create your own happiness. You don't have to buy your own happiness.
Okay, so what is your opinion on this quote by the good Jared Higgins? He said that money only rents happiness, it doesn't buy it.
I completely agree.
So you believe that money can rent you happiness and can actually make you happy over a short period of time?
Yeah.
So if you have enough money, why can't you just always be happy and always rent it?
That's exactly what I'm trying to say here. You have enough money, you can rent that baby for life.
But you can't. How happy are you really with all those things? Okay, are you happier when you can buy yourself a PlayStation? Or are you happier if you would have a girlfriend and actually be able to go on dates with her?
By the way, the quote by this person, they committed suicide because they had too much money. They had a bunch of money, but they said it didn't buy them happiness. They repeatedly mentioned that it didn't buy them happiness, but they had a lot of money anyway.
Exactly.
She didn't even kill me like that.
Do you need a handout? Because I'm not a selfish person. Because I'm a dog owner.
Oh,
Shut it.
okay. So we're going to move on to our last question here. Dylan, can you please get back in your chair?
If he forfeits, we win by
Omission.
yeah, omission. There you go.
Can you please get in your chair, Dylan?
Who would you like to quit now?
That is acceptable. How is your candidate easier? Okay, what does this say? It looks like it says Yale. It's obviously not supposed to say Yale. Vale, Gale, Yale, Yace, Case. How is your candidate easier to vase? Can you please help me, Regina, with what this says? Because you wrote it down.
It was your question.
No, it wasn't.
It was how's your animal easier to
Take care.
train, maybe? It's what it was.
Train.
Oh,
It does. How is your candidate easier to raise from its, basically from when it's born to when it dies?
Alright, I will admit, if you get a cat in early age, it is very difficult to raise, but it is very rewarding once you get that, adult cat that, my cat, for example, was an evil bastard. Is that a no-no word for you?
that's good.
Alright. But, within maybe a year, he became what we now know as the lazy cat who occasionally bites at people, who loves everything, including biting people. But, hey, don't laugh at me. You've already made fun of me enough today. But it's just that first about year of difficulty, but, just raise it like you would any other child, or, even a terrible dog. I don't know why you would get one of those, but just raise it as you see fit, and within a year I see that, you know, everything would be normal.
Don't you own a dog?
What?
I said, don't you own a dog?
Yep. Sure do.
Personally, I haven't gone through the experience of raising 3 cats and 2 dogs. Oh, well, 3 dogs, one's deceased at this point, sadly. I have found that it's so much easier to raise a dog because a dog's much more compliant. Cats are very difficult and don't want to listen whatsoever. A dog you can train easily with treats and
Just give it food. Just give it food.
with positive endorsement. Instead of negative endorsement must be used, but that's used with cats, dogs, and children sometimes. So that's fine. But it's easy to raise from the moment it's born. As long as you start training it and showing it the right way to do something, as long as you prove that you are the alpha, it will follow in your tracks because it's how it's wired. It will see what you're doing and it will do exactly that continually. A cat will not. A cat likes to do their things their way or no way.
So what you're saying is exploit how dogs are built.
No, not exploit it. You're training them to be well developed dogs. That way they will turn out to be productive members of society. At least my dog goes out and actually does something. Your cat lazes about all day.
My cat is amazing.
Oh, I've had a second time.
What? You're gonna beat this woman.
Oh, so he's okay with beating women. Welcome to that one.
Yeah, I did. There's just been a whole lot of you making fun of me.
Cat owners are psychopaths.
Okay.
It's actually been proven that cat owners are more likely to have a criminal background than dog owners.
Hey, no, I have a clean record as of now.
Until you beat this woman.
So.
Exactly. And wait, what?
I mean, no, because we met a long time ago.
We have?
You have a really forgetful memory.
I don't remember what I had for breakfast this morning.
I've known you since like 2nd grade.
Huh?
What is your guys' opinion on other pets, as in like snakes and fish?
I'm all for them, you know.
I'm fine too.
As long as it's not a frickin' dog.
I don't hate cats. I think cats are still fantastic. I just think
I have a dog and I want a dog.
So do you think
Do you want a dog?
I own a dog?
Do you want another?
No.
Do you want another?
I already have 2.
Do you want another?
Other puppies I don't have anymore.
Camera woman, do you want a dog? I'll get you on that.
Okay, what's your question since he's so rudely interrupted?
Okay.
Me? Okay.
So do you believe that there are other pets that are better than your opposing candidates?
No, I don't believe that they're better than my opposing candidate. Because
So-
the cat's pretty close to a dog in likeliness.
So you don't think there's another pet that is better than cats that's not a dog?
No, although I do think snakes and birds and rabbits are fantastic. I do think a cat comes in the closest second to dogs.
Okay. Dylan, same question to you.
Honestly, if we're thinking about it, you know, this debate's been a whole lot of me joking around, but if we're thinking about it seriously, you know, with all the statistics you pointed out to us, I do begrudgingly think that dogs would be in a second place position to cats. Because cats are just better.
I appreciate your honesty. And with in all honesty of this debate, guys, we are joking.
Yeah,
I do not hate him.
She's okay. She didn't call it my social life though, or my lack of everything.
I didn't know anything about your social life. You pointed out yourself like this.
Okay, but
I jumped on the bandwagon to use it for my side.
Yes, they might actually, they probably hate the moderator more than they do each other.
Oh yeah, I want
He's
to
not
punch you
close
in the
to it.
face.
He's okay sometimes too. Yeah.
You give him the right of being okay?
You had a better stance until yesterday, and then your stance dropped a lot.
That was a joke. I was joking yesterday.
What do you do? What do you do?